What's up guys, it's your boy Billionaire Boy Vince, and today I wanted to make a video talking about how my very first business failed. I started it at the age of 16. My business was called The Billionaires and Company. It was a clothing line that me and my friend started, which ultimately failed and we lost $600. But it was a learning experience and I learned a lot about that. I wanted to tell the story about how it all went down, and I learned, like I said before, it was a lesson learned and I learned a lot of good things about it. Do I regret it? No. Let's get right into it. So right here is a breakdown how I started to start my business. A lot of people are looking at this and wondering like, what the fuck were you thinking? When I first started this business, I want to say I had no knowledge. Okay, I went into this business thinking I knew what I was doing. And I feel like with any young entrepreneur, you're gonna get that feeling. If you feel like you got this. You're gonna take this risk and you're all in. And you kind of feel like you already know everything. I did no extensive research as I should have. Okay, I'm both on the whole product, the whole market part, and on the whole funding part, because I underestimated it. So Billionaires and Company was an idea that I had. With my name being on social media, Billionaire Boy Vince, and this was junior year, the summer of junior year for me. But at the time I had around roughly 3,000 followers, and I thought that was a lot. I had a lot more followers than my friends, and I felt like I was doing something right on the course of like getting and attracting an audience on social media, right? I liked clothing, I liked fashion, I loved fashion. So I wanted to start clothing, I wanted to get into clothing. And I saw other people on social media they're doing it, and I always liked the idea of that, like, hey, one day, what if I could have my own clothing brand? And I really wanted to get into a partnership, okay, which is like 50-50. I wanted to share something equally, and so we could both have the same responsibility for growing this business and have the same consequences if, the business were to fail. My friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Michael Stankovich, who I brought in on this project, he was 100% sold on it. He wanted to get into business. We both fell in love with this project. For our business plan, it was very, what's that word? I just want to say whatever we were thinking, we were being very optimistic. So I don't think that we were being very realistic with ourselves. We were just kind of like shooting out ideas on how things are going to work, how they should work, and then we were just kind of running with it like, yeah, that's gonna happen. But the thing is, in business, you never know what's gonna happen, okay? When you're first starting something up, you don't know if people are gonna like it, but in our heads, being as immature as we were as far as on the business side, we just kind of assumed everyone was going to love it and they were going to buy it. So now we're transitioning to the funding side. With this, we're talking about where are we going to get this money from and where is it going to go to. So I reached out to a couple people who turned out to be investors for this small company, and they pretty much funded the whole project. So with doing extensive research, it turns out that the project was going to be a lot more expensive than I anticipated. So transitioning to the shopping for the best supplier, we had to go around locally, try to find out who does the best screen printing, what kind of deals do they offer, and do they tag them, and what are their prices. Now, I said that we go around locally, we should go around locally, okay? But we didn't. Very first major problem that we ran into was that we didn't shop around. We went to one local place, we got a quote, we're like, we'll take it. We were so much in a rush to start this business. We created impossible and flexible deadlines for ourselves. For what reason, I don't know, but we did it anyways. They charged us $600 for the whole order. We got 3 designs made, okay? We had the White Beach Billionaires and Company t-shirt. We had the girls or women's Gold Digger shirt. We had the New York City tee, Billionaires and Company, their logo on the back. So after we had gotten the product, we moved on to the advertising phase. Now the advertising phase consisted of booking a photo shoot where I had friends who had very nice cars that we used. They also lived in high-end neighborhoods, so we shot there. I had to get photographers to do it for me because I didn't have my own camera at the time. I was broke and I couldn't buy my own. And I had people to model the product for us, and, very good looking people. And we had that in the bag, right? Photo shoot went smoothly. On top of that, we reached out to people on social media, people that had a way bigger following than I did. And I did have a relationship with these people, and these people were more than happy to help me. I just had to let them know, like, this is a project that I've been working very hard on. If you guys could please help me advertise it. If you guys could put a link to my website in your bio on launch day, it'd be very much appreciated. And they did, and it was awesome. And I was so happy that they were willing to help. But the thing is, I was hyping it up on my own social media, right? Where I'm hyping, I'm like, Billionaires and Company coming soon, right? And people were commenting, oh, bro, you already know I'm gonna cop. Bro, I can't wait. I'm gonna cop 3 shirts, I'm gonna cop 10 shirts. I'm gonna get my friends to buy. I'm getting hyped up because I'm thinking, and this was my mistake, right? This was my mistake in business, is not knowing people can be on bullshit, because I've never been bullshitted before. And when I had no idea that people even kind of did this on a serious note, when it comes to business, I just took their word for it. You know what I mean? And it's a very rookie, right? And I was just so gassed up on these people telling me that my product was dope, they loved the photo shoot, and that they were gonna buy, and they were gonna tell their friends to buy. I was more than happy. I was fucking grateful. So then we move on to launch day. Launch day was obviously the end goal of this whole entire process right here. We were very excited. On launch day, we launched the website link. Everything was all up for sale. All 3 designs. We only had about 5 of the white tees that I showed you. We had about like 15 of these and 15 of the black and gold women's. Now, I can honestly tell you, we sold 2. Launch day, we sold 2. I was heartbroken, dude. I was so disappointed in myself. I beat myself up about it. I was like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? And it's crazy because this whole time, during this whole process, and I want to say this was about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks of everything happening right here, I told myself that on launch day, we were going to sell out. And we didn't even come close. We did not come close. And it sucks because I was so disappointed in myself that I just stopped promoting it. I was getting embarrassed, that I wasn't making sales. And people were asking me, Vince, how are the sales doing, bro? How many shirts do you sell? And I'm like, dude, I honestly had to put a front about it, right? I was very self-conscious about it. I didn't want people to think that I was a failure. So I kind of just told them, yeah, business is good, man. I'm selling all the time. I just sold 3 shirts today. I just sold 5 shirts yesterday. And in reality, I sold nothing. I didn't sell anything that day. And I just kind of just let it die, right? I let the business die. I stopped advertising for it. I stopped telling people about it. I stopped talking about it. Honestly, I wanted this whole project to die. I wanted to be non-existent. And throughout time, people would ask me about it. Hey, are you still selling shirts? Nah, man, I sold out. That was my thing to say. Nah, man, I sold out. All of it's gone. In reality, under my bed was a box just filled with Billionaires and Company clothing. I was very self-conscious about it. I didn't want to be looked at as a failure. I didn't want to be laughed at. I just wanted to be looked at as successful. And during that whole process, I lost my investors' money. I lost Michael's money, and I lost a little bit of my own money due to the $600 of debt that I owed. I took up a job at a Mexican restaurant locally, and I worked my ass off. I paid back the investors in full because, for future opportunities, if they decide to invest with me onto another project, because you don't want to burn bridges in business. That, my friend, is a major key. Without that being said, just know that starting a clothing line is very difficult, and it requires a large amount of money, and even a celebrity endorsement. But you do what you want. Chase your dreams. Thank you for watching my video. If you guys could share it, like it, comment, give me some feedback, what you want to see. Or if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day. Hey, and be successful.